Dr. Eric Mills. He's a staff member of the lab and make sure all the equipment's working right and the processes are worked out. And then Brittany Armstrong, who's from, what's the Office of Health and Safety?
Yeah, environmental health and safety.
And she's an expert in keeping all of us safe. So I asked her to come in and get everybody up to speed on the same page about how we're going to do things and be safe. So she'll talk maybe in general terms. When you get to the lab for the first hour, Eric's going to show you wear this gown, wear this glove, wear this goggle, et cetera, et cetera. The last thing I'll say, 5 minutes late, the last thing I'll say is you must wear no short pants. Okay, so you can wear a long skirt or long pants, but no short pants and no sandals. Okay, no flip-flops, no sandals. They have to be shoes that are cover your toes and your feet. So if you come to lab in short pants or sandals, we're going to send you home. Okay, you probably want the laptop?
Yeah, I just have my own. I just put it into HDMI.
Okay, sure. So I can go here. With the HDMI, you have an adapter station.
It just has a port HDMI port.
Okay. So there we go. No signal. It's something to take us out there. Great.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Brittany. I work over at EH&S. I have my PhD in chemistry, so in addition to general lab safety topics, expertise is in chemical safety, chemical hygiene. So if you do ever have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me by email. It's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me. I'm just going to talk about some kind of general topics that apply to your guys' class here. And then, yeah, Eric will give some more of the specific details or your TAs once you guys get to lab. So we're going to talk about just some general emergency preparedness, general chemical safety, information about PPE you might wear in the course of this lab course, how to respond to incidents, and how to deal with waste that you're going to generate and spills that might happen. Hopefully not, but. And just as a side note, this training isn't a substitute for the full lab safety training. So if you do go into research, you'll need to take the full lab safety training course before you do that.
If somebody get involved in independent work, for example.
Yeah. So just some like really good resources for if you ever have any safety questions. You have your lab manual or your lab instructions. Your instructors or your TAs are of course going to be a good source of information for you. Any of the chemicals you're working with are going to have a safety data sheet associated with them. That'll say pretty much in one sheet everything you need to know about that chemical, what the hazards are, you know, how to store it properly, what PPE you should wear, that sort of thing. And then EH&S is also a really good resource for you guys as far as general safety topics. Our website has a lot of information, so I recommend you check it out. Chemical specific information about PPE, that sort of thing. So just real quick, some emergency preparedness. If you're calling from your cell phone, you'll actually want to call public safety directly, but generally your TAs, you'll want to communicate with them what, you know, if there's an emergency, that sort of thing, and then they'll contact public safety at 609-258-3333. In the event of a fire, activate the fire alarm, call public safety, leave the lab, and then go to your assembly point. Again, your TAs will be directing you with that, but public safety in general is who you want to contact in the event of an emergency. You guys are hopefully also aware of P10s. We've got this system that sends out important messages based on, you know, whether it's like shelter in place or avoid a certain area. Just as a reminder to make sure that your information is up to date on Tiger Hub so that it can get the right information to you. And we also have the Tiger Safe app. It sends the same messages. Actually, sometimes it's a lot faster. So if you guys don't already have the Tiger Safe app, I recommend get it. And it's got emergency response guides, campus maps, it's got a friend walk, that sort of thing. So for lab-specific emergency preparedness, there's a few things you want to know ahead of time before something happens. You want to know the routes out of the lab you're working in and what your assembly area is. You'll want to know the location of your safety equipment, like your safety shower, your eye wash, your fire extinguishers, and your fire alarm pull stations. Make sure that you keep the aisles free and clear of tripping hazards so that if people do need to evacuate, they can do so safely without tripping over stuff. And then don't block emergency equipment like the safety showers, don't put stuff in front of them, and don't block emergency exits, kind of for the same reason. You want those things to be easily accessible if an emergency does happen. So for chemical safety, so if you guys are going to be working with HF in your lab, where would you look for safety information? I'm going to ask you guys. Where would you look for safety information if you wanted to make sure you were working with HF safely? Yeah.
Did you look at this?
Yeah. So talk about the safety data sheet. That's a really good resource. Where else could you look to get some real quick at a glance?
I was gonna say ask the instructors.
The instructor? Yeah. Where else? Yeah. DHS website. That's true, yeah. Just one other one. A lot of times the bottle itself will have safety information on it. So if it has like a skull and crossbones on the bottle or something like that, then you'll know that it's toxic, or if it's got flames on it, you'll know that it's flammable. All right. So when you're thinking about any process that you're doing, you'll want to understand the difference between risk and hazard. Anyone take a stab at what they think the difference between risk and hazard are? So like if I say HF is toxic, right? That's the hazard. That's inherent to the material you're talking about. That never changes, all right? So then if that's hazard, what do we think risk is? Yeah.
That you could get poisoned if you don't treat it correctly.
Yeah.